Growing up, I found comfort and strength in the pages of comic books and graphic novels. Seeing all the superheroes who often persevered after physical or emotional trauma taught me that greatness can be born out of darkness. As much as I love the characters, their powers, their plight, and their need to fight for justice, I did not see enough people of color represented in comics. In fact, I saw more aliens than melanated people, which often had me yearning for something that was out of reach for a young, adventurous boy whose creative expression was not always welcomed or accepted. As I matured, I wanted to create a way to push characters of color to the forefront so that the future generations could see themselves reflected in the art. I did that through cosplay. Now the time has come to make sure that people of color who desire to express themselves through cosplay are pushed to the forefront and recognized for their contributions to the craft. Yes, representation matters, and we proudly cosplay in color.
Here we are at the Cosplay Your Way shoot.
Cosplay your way.
Hold on. Oh, wait.
Hey fanboys, hey fangirls, Carnell Holly here, representing Halo Union. Now, you and I already know each other.
Yes, we do.
Now, for those that don't know, who are you, good sir?
Who am I? So I am Bar Fox. I am a cosplayer and creator of Cosplay Your Way. Cosplay Your Way was designed to make sure there is a safe haven and a place for everyone in cosplay. So regardless of your size, age, race, sexual orientation, you too can cosplay. And the wordplay is in cosplay, and we want to keep it there. We want it to always be fun. So we do not tolerate any discrimination from anyone telling someone that they cannot enjoy this art. I'm Bar Fox, creator of Cosplay Your Way. To cosplay your way is to dare to be different. I cosplay without limits. And as a creator, I figure, why not color outside the line sometimes? I don't want to be kept in a box. I don't want to keep anyone else in a box. Expand yourself, try new things, and that's what Cosplay Your Way is about, and that's what Bar Fox is about. What is cosplay? Anybody have a definition for it? It's up on the board if you want to cheat, but what is cosplay to you? Anyone? I know some cosplayers in here. Go, LaToya.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So cosplay to me is a way to express yourself in a way that you wouldn't normally at work, typically. Like if you're in corporate or like me, if you're in science. It's a way to have a creative outlet and to sort of bring characters to life that maybe you grew up with or maybe you were just introduced to.
Nice. Now, is it therapeutic for you?
It's absolutely therapeutic.
All right.
Cosplay is an outlet.
What motivates me to cosplay is having an escape from everyday life. Sometimes life and work and just adulting can take a toll on us. And so cosplaying allows me to get in touch with my inner child just temporarily and actually have overall life balance.
I like to help people break into cosplay. So up on the board we have Armani, who's a producer, and this was her first cosplay ever. She looked like Riri, and she didn't really have to spend a lot of money for a costume or anything. Breaking into cosplay doesn't have to be expensive. It can be fun, especially when you're working with a group of people that you can get along with and have fun with.
Basically, when I first started cosplaying, there were not a lot of African American cosplayers out there. And so when I started, I was very, very nervous. And I was like, oh my God, I was cosplaying as Rogue and Chun-Li, which are not Black characters. So I was very apprehensive about doing it, but when I stepped out there, I fell in love with it. No one gave me a hard time. And it was just one of those things where I was like, you know what? You should be able to cosplay as whoever you want, no matter your age, your size, your gender, your race, whatever. Just cosplay your way. So I'm a firm believer in that.
I hear people saying, I want to cosplay, but I don't really have anything, or I don't have any money. Just start simple. I started out Dragon Con with just a t-shirt, and then I started with buying simple costumes online. So you just start wherever you are and then grow from there the way you choose to.
I've been a comic book and anime fan since I was like really, really young, and I feel like cosplay is a perfect outlook for us to be able to bring all those things that we love from our childhood and bring them to reality, basically. I'm a big armor build person. I like to stick to my roots, which is comics, and I just really blend comics and armor, and I'm able to create some hopefully spectacular things.
I've always been a big, huge enthusiast of Halloween, and when I found out that you can do it year-round through cosplaying, I definitely was like, oh yeah, I gotta do this. So I just started cosplaying this past May and haven't turned back since. I do take a lot of the inspiration from the movies and films, but I also like to mix it up a little bit. Some of my cosplays are unique, but also some are artist inspired. Enjoy and build what you love to build, because your cosplay reflects basically how inspired you are.
Someone wanting to get into cosplay, I say just do it. Just take a chance. You can always grow. It's a work in progress. So get started. Don't try to be perfect. Bring your A game. But more importantly, love the character that you're going to do so you can actually express yourself in the right way. All the other things will come. The costume, the wig, the hair, the posers, it will all become organic for you. The first thing you need to do though is love the character that you're trying to portray and actually do it.
I actually got started in cosplay with charity. I did a lot of charity work with an organization called Heroes Alliance, and I would just photograph for them. But then I went to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and I saw the reaction of the kids, and I was like, I have to be in front of the camera as well as behind the camera. But also, mainly, there weren't too many black characters in the Heroes Alliance, so that was the main reason I did it. I was like, okay, well, this is great, but we don't really have much representation, so I'm gonna go ahead and be a canon character, which was Green Lantern John Stewart, for the time being, for the organization. If I was to tell somebody to get into cosplay, I would tell them to just go ahead and find a character that they fit with first. Don't just put on costumes just to put them on. Like, find somebody that you relate to and then really learn about them and then embody that character with your cosplay. And also be bold. Don't be afraid. It's called cosplay, not cos perfect. So just go do it, have fun, express yourself, and you'll find other people that do the same thing and they love what you do. They love you for just trying.
Something I would tell anybody that wants to just get into cosplay is just to start it. Just do it. It doesn't matter if it's store-bought, if it's a commissioned cosplay, which commission work is amazing. Love those people. If you make it yourself, be proud of it. If you want to do better, then just keep on trying, and eventually you're gonna love every single thing that you put your heart and soul into. I get to take characters that don't normally look like me, but that I still love with all of my heart, usually villains, and I can make them into myself. I love the fact that I can be Harley Quinn, or that I could also be Eartha Kitt's Catwoman, or that I could cosplay Storm, as well as cosplay Poison Ivy. I just like to make sure that no matter what character I play, people know who it is. It's a distinguished character, and I'm not just making it a brown version of that character, because I am that character.
To work with a designer to do a cosplay is a different step you can take to go into the cosplay world. Some people have the talent to make their own or want to dabble in that. For myself, being a photographer and with my schedule, I don't have the bandwidth to do that. So I reached out to Dean's List, one of the most fabulous, awesome cosplay designers, and sent what ideas I had for my cosplay and discussed what aspects as far as materials, everything to make sure I'm comfortable with the idea of what I will be wearing for the first time. And then once we got our ideas and everything together for it, then I was able to make the next steps to start the process. I'm nervous because this is something so new to me, but at the same time, I have such a great amount of people around me that are cheering me on to do this that I know I can make the steps.
My name is Walter Dean. I'm an apparel and costume designer. I am the owner and operator of Dean's List. I first became inspired to create when I was going to sci-fi conventions. After a few years of going to Dragon Con, I decided I wanted costumes that were more intricate and of higher quality. So I paid someone to make a costume for me. And that costume was amazing, but it was far outside of my budget. So that's when I realized that if I was gonna be able to have costumes that were of the quality that I wanted without breaking the bank, I was gonna have to make the costumes myself. Soon after that Dragon Con was over, I have a friend who heard that I wanted to learn how to sew. So he was able to get me a sewing machine from Goodwill where he worked. And I have another friend whose grandmother gave me my very first sewing lesson. And after that, I used YouTube and other available resources to learn what I needed to know. And by the next Dragon Con that I went to, I was able to walk around in a costume that I made myself. Personally, I like to create costumes and apparel for myself to wear to conventions and other occasions. For my business, which is called Dean's List, I create custom apparel and costumes for others. I remember the excitement and pride that I felt when I went to conventions and saw people walking around in costumes that I made. I still enjoy the look on my clients' faces when I help bring their characters to life.
This man right here.
What up?
Did this helmet.
Oh.
So if you like it.
Are we getting video of this?
There's video. There's some video. If you like it, talk to Core Tunes. He holds it down. Makes me look good. And he did the logo. He did the Cosplay Your Way logo. This man is off the chain.
Thank you.
I cosplay by doing characters that encourage me, that make me feel good, that make me feel powerful, that make me feel like a superhero, and that I have fun with. To me, cosplay is a feeling. You know, it's how you feel when you're in your costume, when you're cosplaying. The love of the characters, the design of the characters, and you know, the characters that inspire me. That's what it is for me.
I've been a comic book dude, you know, my entire life pretty much. And I started costuming because I went to conventions and, you know, I just wanted to do something artistic with my love for comics. And I'm one of those people that likes to have things like extremely accurate. I got the opportunity to do that and do some amazing cosplays over the years. I try to do characters with a lot of masks and face prosthetics and stuff like that. Probably because I just think masks look cool, but it gives me a chance to show my skills as an artist. Right now, we are doing an awesome thing for February. You know, 28 Days of Black Cosplay, so everybody's in there getting their pictures in with some awesome photographers.
What's up, everybody? Smooth Cosplayer here, your favorite salsa dancing cosplayer. We are here at Studio Space Atlanta. I have with me one of my favorite people in the world, one of my favorite cosplayers in the world, Mr. Jabbar Leslie King, aka Bar Fox Cosplay. How you doing today, man?
What's up? Great introduction. I'm doing fine.
I try.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
Have to take him everywhere I go.
Right? So why are we here?
We are here as an extension of Cosplay Your Way.
Okay.
I didn't see enough professional photos of POC cosplayers in the world.
Right.
And I believe that beautiful people of color need to be represented in the art of cosplay. So what I decided to do 3 years ago is start Cos Noir with the AMP cosplay. And we photograph POC cosplayers.
Yeah, right.
We just don't really have enough of that, in my opinion. So I definitely want to do something about it.
Right.
I can't believe it's been 3 years. For the month of February, Black History Month, I wrote out a picture of a Black cosplayer or POC cosplayer every day.
Right.
And whatever cosplay they want to be in.
Yeah.
And we have different themes. I think the first year we did magazine covers. Last year we did trading cards. And this year we are doing art noir. I want the cosplayers I work with to have the opportunity to be seen.
Right.
I want them to have the opportunity to express themselves. I love that everyone is wearing an array of different costumes. This is what the art of cosplay is really about.
I'm Milton Davis. I'm writer and publisher with MD Media LLC. And I'm here for a photo shoot with my book, From Here to Timbuktu, where we're doing some steampunk cosplay. Today we're doing Zeke, who's one of my main characters, Zeke Culpepper. He's a bounty hunter. We're doing Pauline, who is Zeke's love interest, but also is a revolutionary from Cuba. We're doing Annette Bugeaud, who is a retired singer in Paris, who is actually an agent for Fredonia, working for Harriet Tubman. And we're doing Farmer Keita, who is a warrior from country of Mali and is one of the main characters as well. When you're a writer, you always imagine what your characters look like and what they're going to do, and to be able to kind of actually see people dress as them and to be able to pose them into those particular scenes, it's kind of cool, really. I attend a lot of conventions and stuff, and there's always been some contention about, black people cosplaying different characters. And Cosplay Your Way is really, I can say, the power behind, black people basically playing it their way. Not worried about what people think about the characters they're playing, because they're doing it their way, they're doing it under their terms, and that's the way it should be.
We do a lot of things. So with Cosplay Your Way, we do panels, we do outreach, we go out and speak at schools, we have parties and events. Okay. I collaborate with a lot of amazing people like Dean's List, Thrill Bills, photographer Andrew Michael Phillips of M Cosplay, Dr. Law's Photo Lab, and then Danique Events, which is an event planning company, and we just do all kind of events throughout the year. I also am a liaison for cosplayers, so when people are looking for cosplayers to book on events, they'll come through Cosplay Your Way. And I'm a sponsor on the Convoluted Cruise, which is a cosplay cruise.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, okay. I didn't know about that one.
I slipped that in.
That's hot.
Man, what can I say about the Convoluted Cruise? You talking about having a lot of fun. I love it. I really do love it. I mean, anything from walking down the Queen Stairs in Nassau to partying to being on the beach, everything is there. Oh, and the food. Food all day. And I love to eat. It's like a utopia. The Convoluted Cruise was started in 2015 by Jay Wright and Christy Nelson, one of my favorite cosplay couples. And I'm so glad they had this vision because they wanted to combine all the stuff that we love: cosplay, cruising, vacation, fun and friends in one place, and they did it. So they started Convoluted Cruise, invited us on there. I went the first year, and it was actually my first cruise, so it was helping me broaden my horizons as well, venture out and do some things, and go to some places that I have never been before. One of the places we went to that I was so excited to go to was Mystic Mountain, and we got a chance to ride the bobsled. The wait was long, but you didn't care because they had so much entertainment and so much energy going on. And then when you got on the bobsled, it was really fast, really fun, and something I would love to do again. I'm on the bobsled, doing my thing. Bye. So for the Convoluted Cruise, we do a lot of things and do a lot of activities. We hang out together, we eat together, we party together, and then we also take a day where we dress up and we walk around the ship. So a lot of times we do pirates. You're on a ship, you dress as pirates. Why not, right? And then last year, I think we did a 20s thing. That was really cool, and that got a lot of people excited because a lot of us had on authentic clothing from the 20s. The cosplay contest is one of my favorite parts of the cruise. We have such a good time, and luckily, I and some of the members of Cosplay Your Way get to be judges for the cosplay contest. So that makes it even extra special because we get to crown all the winners. And when I tell you, people come out and they bring their A games. I don't know how they pack all these things in their suitcase. Because when you're going on a cruise, you have limited luggage, but somehow they make it happen. I just have to say they're magicians, I guess. But to be a part of that and to help out with that really warms my heart, and it's what Cosplay Your Way is about. We have such a good time, and it's so organic. And the Cosplay Your Way, we make them all feel special because they are special. And I also get to be a sponsor for the Convoluted Cruise. And being a sponsor for something so fun and that brought people so much joy was definitely something I wanted to be a part of. So when I was asked to sponsor it by Christy and Jay, the answer was a resounding yes, because why wouldn't I? This is everything I love, and we have a great time. Doing the Convoluted Cosplay Cruise is so exciting, and it has helped me bond with some wonderful people. It has helped me see some wonderful places. And more importantly, it has made me understand the joy of camaraderie and doing things together and hanging out with friends. I hope they continue to ask us back each year. I hope they continue to ask us to be sponsors, because even if I can't go for some reason, I definitely want to put my stamp on it and do what I can to help other people have a good time. So it's like one of the best experiences. All you need to do is be into cosplay, be okay with taking a cruise, love to eat, love to have fun, and love to party. If you love all of those things, you definitely need to take this cruise.
For someone wanting to get into cosplay, my advice would be to start small with a simple character. I would say to start with a character that looks kind of like you. Go to one con, something local, or even their free cons, just go by and see what it's like first. And then if you want to go again, there are other cons, and just kind of ask around, become friends with people who go there, and they can tell you everything you need to know.
Okay, I mean, of course, baby, cosplay your way. This girl is
I was like, I gotta make sure I get my shirt on real quick.
Give me the game. That's what I love. To cosplay your way means to challenge yourself. It means to challenge what you know. It means to reach for the stars. So when I tell somebody to cosplay your way, it's about making sure you bring your personality to the character and you make that character a part of you and you a part of that character. Making this wonderful marriage of yourself and the character and making it individualistic and making it unique.
The way I cosplay my way is taking people who cosplay their way and photographing that and displaying it in different forms such as art shows, online, websites, different things like that.
Cosplay Your Way is an amazing movement. When I first got into cosplay, I really kind of felt not quite up to par as some of the people that I saw. Like, there's so many talented people in the scene. And when I first saw the slogan, Cosplay Your Way, it really spoke to me because it really said that it doesn't matter, you can do it your way. It's really about escaping reality for a moment. You know, there's a lot going on in the world that's great, and there's a lot that's going on in the world that I think we all could stand a moment away from, and cosplay has always been that escape. So when I cosplay my way, I become someone else, somewhere else, and I try to take everyone with me who's willing to go.
For a long time, I was just a comic book geek. I didn't actually do anything. I only started doing cosplay about 5 to, I think it's actually closer to 7 years now. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy doing these characters and embodying them and actually bringing my own sort of personality to it. I think it's important that when you say cosplay your way, is that actually what it means to me is that you do it the way you feel comfortable, the way that you feel expresses who you are. Take the pieces that are true to the character, but also take a piece of what's true to you and meld those together. You don't have to be restricted by your weight, your size, your age, your gender, your sexuality. None of that factors into it. If you love a character, express yourself in the way that you feel is best. Me particularly, I love cosplaying as characters of color. I love bringing that to the forefront, making it actually accessible to everyone, especially actually young children. I do a lot of volunteering because I remember being a kid, not having that exposure, not having all those characters that I could look at and say that represented me. So I feel like it's my responsibility to give that next generation the characters that they can look at and they can say, you know what, that character is actually one that looks like me. And that hopefully builds that hope and inspiration, and that way they can go ahead and move forward and inspire the next generation.
I'm Riley. I'm Lee. And we Twin Turbo. I like the cosplay because we could be the character, be like a hero, and it's just kind of cool. I look like Black Panther and Miles Morales because they are both black men, and so I'm strong and fast like me. I look like Miles Morales, and I will go for Rey from Star Wars because they are both black, but they're actually different. Like Miles Morales is a boy, And Luke Skywalker is a girl. I like Miles Morales because he has superpowers and he also saves the day. Miles Morales is a really good character to be. Like, I get scared sometimes like he does. And then like at the end he gets like brave and ready to do what's right. He has like lots of unique abilities. Like the invisibility and like the danger warning when like a bad guy shows up. He has the stealth power, the ability power, and the best power fall. The Venom Blast. And then he has like all sorts of stuff. The Cosmo Well suit was like the best. My favorite part is when I was bending down with Gwen Stacy and Dina while I was bending down. And I think everyone knows this because I have super webs. I like the full suit because we could be the characters in the midfield, like Miles Morales, Peter B. Parker, Gwen Stacy, and other characters. The photos came out really well. I mean, just really well. I feel like I like everything, like the whole full suit. I was like amazed to see all the black superheroes.
There are some people who cosplay for complete accuracy or complete canon. Cosplay Your Way is whether you make it, you bought it, you commissioned it, it does not matter. This character that I'm cosplaying right now is a male character. That's the first thing. So, and I'm a female, obviously. So I am definitely cosplaying my way right now, seriously. I have completely like switched the costume up. And the gender.
I was a little shut off from the world before I started cosplaying. Through networking and meeting new people, I was able to upgrade my personality. And so I have a bigger personality now that I can talk to almost anybody. I cosplay my way simply by being anything I want to be. I can be myself. I can cosplay anything, whether it's a gender-bent character or my own character that I made up. It doesn't matter because I'm cosplaying my way. There's nothing to it but to do it. Just start with something simple. Get a thin costume, something that's easy and breathable so you won't be dying at these cons or photo shoots or whatever, and just go from there. The sky's the limit.
To cosplay my way, I think for me, that means that you take a character, but you make it your own. So yes, you taking the look of the character that inspires you, but at the same time understanding what that character is and what it represents and how it connects to me. Merging basically that character and my personality together. This is my first character ever cosplaying. But it was so much fun actually bringing the character to life from the illustration drawings and creating the costume and creating the wig and just being as creative as possible and really, really bringing the character to life.
Cosplaying my way means not being bound by anybody else's idea of what cosplay is supposed to be. You have people who think you have to be 1000% accurate at all times, or you have to look like the character. Now, don't get me wrong. I love being accurate at times. I love looking like the character at times, but I don't like being pigeonholed into that. I don't like being forced into that. So there are times where I don't want to be accurate. I don't want to just put my own spin on a character or put my own spin on that character's design. There are times where instead of making myself look like the character or becoming the character, sometimes I want that character to become me. Still keeping the essence of that character so people still know what character I'm cosplaying as. I basically want to just have the freedom to choose between the two, or the freedom to choose something in between. I, as you can see, do original characters that I came up with myself. I do closet cosplays, which this happens to be as well, just taking something that I already have in my wardrobe and incorporating that into the character, things that the character would probably wear if they weren't in full costume. I like mixing characters together. I like taking characters that, say, are done by the same actor, mixing those together. Two characters whose names have a pun or a joke if you mix them together. I also like doing gender bends, taking a female character that I'm a fan of and twisting the costumes, to be masculine or to be something a guy would wear. And I also like being accurate. Sometimes I like looking exactly like what is on the screen or on the page. So doing all those different things are how I cosplay my way.
This costume in itself is the first time I feel like I really did it my way by just using my natural hair. These are my locks. I've been growing them out for about 3 or 4 years now. And I was like, you know what? Instead of wearing a wig, I just want to wear my natural hair out, do a character, and just feel me and feel good. And so I feel like I really did it my way and not think about, oh, you have to do it the traditional way, all that good stuff. So that's how I did it my way today.
For me, it's just about being creative and getting in touch with characters that I can relate to. If you want to take a character that's male and turn it into a female and vice versa, which is also known as gender bending. If you want to cosplay and take something out of your closet and make up a character or try to recreate a character that already exists, it's all of that and more.
Here we are, Larry Love, the Cosplay Your Way photo shoot.
Yes!
He just got finished shooting Raiden.
Uh-huh.
How'd you do, Larry?
I did good.
You did good?
Everything was perfect.
Good. Let's get it.
Yes.
My name is Larry McAllister from Larry Loves Cosplay. What it means to cosplay your way to me is you don't have to worry about if you're not canon enough. I mean, look at me, I do Doctor Strange and I'm black and I'm like 6'3". So you don't want to just say, oh, I can't do this character because I don't look like this character, I'm not the same color. Just don't worry about that. You can do what you can and bring the best out of that character. I cosplay my way by finding stuff out of the closet. You can go to Goodwill, thrift stores, and basically you can put together something that's spectacular.
Sometimes I create. I'm not very crafty, but I like to try. And so I use different materials and I look at YouTube videos and I look at other cosplayers and get inspiration. And that's really kind of how I go for it. Sometimes I get someone to help me. And oftentimes the final result is a combination of all those things.
To me, cosplaying your way is basically, for example, I have a beard. And they were like, oh, shave your beard. And I was like, no, I don't want to. Cosplay your way and everything. So it's whatever you have, whatever you want to put into your cosplay. You don't have to actually look like the character spot on, but people can recognize you as that character with any minor things. For example, a beard or a mustache or anything. That's cosplaying your way. When I go online, Instagram, Facebook, or even YouTube, and I see all these awesome cosplays, I'm like, man, I gotta do that. And then I just get up and just go from there. I cosplay my way as in I get into the character. So, for example, I'm perfect. That's all I gotta say. I'm perfect self. Any other character that I feel that is me, for example, Greed from Fullmetal Alchemist, he has to have the women, the money, anything else. I'm that character. It just have to be any perfect character that's actually relates to me.
I cosplay my way by bringing characters to life that other people are not necessarily familiar with. I don't mind doing gender bend. I don't mind doing an abstract character. I love characters. I love their story. And if it's a male, female, alien, you can see me in that costume because I feel like I embody who they are and I can express a part of me through them.
The thing about cosplay, it's not about just you wearing a costume. These people will embody the character. You believe it for a little bit. And to just see people look like the characters in real life, I mean, it was something I never seen other than on TV. In 2015, I met someone who was a videographer. His name was Ronnie Moore Jr. He was like, hey man, can I get a video of you? I was like, a video? Okay, normally people ask for pictures. After he shot it, I linked up with him, I was like, hey man, where's it gonna go? And so he was like, it's gonna go on my YouTube channel. So he gave me his information. I was clicking it like every day. I was like, when is that video gonna pop up, man? And about a week or two later, I seen the video and it was just phenomenal. What he did with the music and the emotions and the angles that he caught, it inspired me to want to do it. So the following year after that, I purchased my own camera and I started going to conventions and I started shooting. I self-taught myself videography, with the different motions, certain angles, just different things, try to be unique. From then on out, it was half play and half work. I almost never uploaded my first video. I thought like, man, what if nobody sees this? People are gonna think this is stupid. I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, why did I even buy a camera? Did I just waste my money? But I uploaded my video anyway, and The cosplay community is so humble, man. They saw the video, just started tagging people. It was like the most activity that I ever gotten on any kind of social media. That really made me excited. It's just a feeling that I never had. It was just like, you know, these people wanted me to do something for them that I was doing for fun. After that, like, the rest was history. I just, you know, I was like, okay, I gotta do this again. You know, people like it, so I just kept going for it. I started getting, you know, more involved with the community, networking, meeting a lot of great people, like Jabbar, who's doing the Cosplay Your Way. Very awesome guy with the video production and everything that he does. Cosplays are on point. When I tell you, him, his group, Jabbar, you and your group, you guys, your cosplay is on point. Man, you guys host those photo shoots and you guys be dressing 5 cosplays in like 1 hour. Like, I don't know how y'all do it, man. I'll be sweating. When I go to a convention, I'm in that one costume. I'm in that's me that day. I'm glad that all of this is a part of my life. And just cosplay and doing videography in general, and just being able to meet some black, creative, smart people. It's really amazing and I love it.
Andrew Michael Phillips here, and I am behind the scenes at the Cosplay Noir shoot for Cosplay Your Way, doing photography and videography. So you might not see me, but I'm back there shooting. I'm back there. You just know it.
But right now, we're about to take you behind the lens of the camera with some of my favorite photographers and videographers, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting with Micah. Micah, tell us your name and what you specialize in.
Well, hey there, I'm Micah. Currently, I go by Legend of Micah. From 2010 to 2017, I went by the name Beatdown Boogie. And now I do Legend of Micah, where I can kind of expand my horizons when it comes to experimenting with different types of shooting. But yeah, I like shooting cosplay videos. I like shooting videos that are a little more capturing the whole event and the vibe and people having fun, and not just the styles of cosplay.
Awesome. And next we have Dana.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dana with Danique Events. I specialize in photography. I'm in cosplay, corporate, and event photography. So thank you for having me.
And we have the wonderful Mahogany Wings.
This is Mahogany Wings Photo, otherwise known as Nakia. I consider myself a Renaissance photographer. I kind of do it all. Lately, I do a lot of the cosplay photography and such, but events, and portraits, kids, families, all of that.
Okay, and last but not least, Mr. Drew.
Chia. Yep. What's up? Andrew Phillips, aka Drew, with the AMP Cosplay. I do all kinds of photography, but mainly fitness, corporate, and cosplay photography, obviously. It's my escape from the corporate world.
Okay, so we keep saying cosplay photography, and I've met a lot of people who are like, I need to find a cosplay photographer. And I myself was like, I need to find a cosplay photographer. Because you guys do what you do, what's the difference between regular videography and photography and cosplay photography? Is there a different approach? What makes it different?
I guess I'll take that first. The main difference that I found when I started doing the cosplay photography, quote unquote, is it's just like fashion photography, except for these characters all have stories. They're ripped from comic books and stuff like that, or video games or movies. The only thing that I think is different when I'm focusing on cosplay photography is the fact that who I'm capturing definitely has a persona, a story, a personality that I could kind of portray in the image. So for example, if I'm shooting Nakia's Storm, it's not just Nakia as, I'm pretty Nakia. No, she's not Aurora Monroe. She's Storm. So I'm trying to embody that character in the photograph. Like if I photograph Dana as her really obviously super cute cat character, it's like I'm not just gonna photograph her as like Dana. It's like, no, what's up with that cat character? What is it about that character? Where is it from? Stuff like that. So I think cosplay photography just allows you to bring in a story more so than just taking a pretty picture.
I never really knew about cosplay. I remember when I was a kid, I always thought it was weird. I was like, these are grown people dressed up. But actually, when I shot for the first time, I was like, oh, we were actually cool. And I started to meet more people, and I started to find out, oh, this is actually cooler than what I expected. And from there, I've been coming back every year. Even today, I'm shocked by some of the photographers, like some of their perspectives on how they shoot things. And as far as like cosplay, I think it's like two artists coming together to make one beautiful art picture. So you have an artist who makes costumes. So for instance, Q-Hot Sensei, some of the major names like Jabbar, they come up with a costume, which in itself is art. And then you introduce that to the photographer and you combine it together and you make a masterpiece. So I think they go hand in hand. Like, it's hard for one to exist without the other. If you're talking about cosplay, to actually see cosplay in person is great, but to capture it and to enhance it with photography and, you know, things as far as like Photoshop or Lightroom makes it a lot better, 1,000 times better. So I think they complement one another. Trying to break into cosplay, I would say if you have someone that you're going to work with, then find out more about their character, learn more about the character, look at some poses, look at some pictures to see how, you know, you should frame things, how you should set things up. If you know who you're going to be shooting, then study up on that character.
What do you want from us, the cosplayers, when we're coming to you and we're like, hey, you need to shoot me, you need a video, you need to shoot me in a video. What do you want from us? You know, do we need to come prepared? Do you care that if we bring examples of the shot that we want or examples of the video look that we want? Does
I
that
want you
bother
to answer this one.
Yeah, what's that approach? What should we do as cosplayers?
Well, let me ask you this first, because that's the question. Do you mean if you've hired us for a photo shoot, or do you mean on the con floor?
That's a good question. So I was talking about hiring you or doing a private one. The con floor is pretty much, we got to get what you give us. But when we have called you and we're like, hey, we want this next level. We want one of those pictures that you have behind you, We want one of Micah's videos just on me alone. I want to showcase me. Then what do you want us to bring to the table with our approach, with our mentality? Should we bring examples?
Yeah, I would ask for the person to do some R&D, which, you know, research and development of what they want, because you're coming to me for my skill set, but I'm ultimately capturing what you want. So at least tell me what you want so I can know what to capture. So on the con floor, just to talk about that a little bit, one of my pet peeves on the con floor is if I see a character, let's say it's a Magneto, or let's say it's a Vegeta character, and I'm like, hey, what's up, Vegeta? Can I get your picture? And they go, I'm like, what is that? Why are you telling me to stop? They're like, no, it's my energy blast. I'm like, okay, no, at least bring some kind of, you know, your character you're doing. I'm assuming you do that character because you like them. So bring some energy with the character, just as if you're hiring me to photograph. Like, I'm gonna photograph somebody's Zatanna sooner or later, and what I'm expecting is when we go into Zatanna, there's going to be magic, cards. It's gonna feel like fantasy. So I'm saying, okay, well, these shots look good. We've done some reference. The individual has given me some reference of like, these are some dope ideas for this Zatanna, and I can go, oh snap, well, this is how I'm gonna light it. You see what I'm saying? So if you give me where you want to go, the ideas, or in fashion terms of the mood board, it's like I can see how I can accomplish your goal for the both of us. So yes, definitely bring some research and some ideas.
You have one friend that can go with you to your photo shoot to look for lint and stuff, because sometimes photographers, you guys get so involved in looking at the big image that they miss weird things, like you got a hair stuck to your forehead. So if you can bring that one friend, or that friend that works with you as a handler for your photo shoots, that can look out for those little things that might be beyond the photographer's depth because they're looking at everything and it's so expansive through the lens, then that can be very helpful.
I just want to add one last thing to the dynamic as well, is also, specifically when it's someone you've never worked with, be candid. Don't be pushy. Just, you know, speak your mind, and at least speak it in a way that you're actually not being disrespectful. And that's the only way you're going to be able to know who you work with. You may be working with someone who's super rigid, but if you don't speak and say, hey, listen, I need to sort of be able to be dynamic, that may work for them, that may not. So candid conversations are important for you to be, especially when it's someone you've never worked with, you know. And to your point, like I said, you know, have a candid conversation. Say, hey, how does this look, for example? Don't just leave it to the photographer to say, okay, go ahead and pose here. If they tell you stand there and you're just like this, ask questions.
My approach to photographing cosplayers is to first find the fun. Most of the time, people just know the character for the character. And while it's easy to just shoot them in sort of their signature positions, I try to make situations that would give that person the opportunity to jump into that character and to have the agency to play in a way that they maybe don't typically get to. What would this character do after they've had this long battle and they're hungry? How would they act in the kitchen? So I try to think of like fun interactions that will be the in-between frames of the comic. These little quirky moments.
Oh, I was just gonna say thank you to you two for the whole Dude, this is a thank you. You would have thanks up right now. This is a thank you.
One of the photographers right there. Oh my God. She's killed it. Oh my goodness.
Seriously. It was my first time working with you, so
And it won't be your last.
Absolutely.
It was a lot. Definitely.
I know it's a lot of work.
Yeah, photographer. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
I've had good and bad with cosplay. I've had several people tell me I shouldn't cosplay something because I'm black. The good is when I see a child run up to me saying, oh my God, can I take a picture with you? I don't care about what anybody else says. There's some things that I want to be screen accurate for, and then there are other things that I just want to do it, so I'll take it and just make it my own.
When I hear and read about people standing in the way of others cosplaying, it, to be honest, pisses me off. You have so many people who want to have fun and cosplay, but they're afraid to because you have people you got your accuracy police, you got the elitists who think that you have to make everything that you wear by hand. You have the trolls and the persnickety nerds out there who, if there's one little minor detail wrong, they will tear you a new one on the internet, things like that. For those reasons, people are scared to cosplay, and it shouldn't be. Nobody should be scared to do this. This is a hobby, okay? The word play is in the word for a reason. That tells me that this is something that's supposed to be fun. First and foremost. So do it the way you want to. If having fun means being accurate, do that. If having fun means making everything yourself, do that. If having fun means getting every little minor detail correct, do that. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's something wrong with putting that standard on somebody else and gatekeeping that person, telling them they can't cosplay because you don't do all these other things. Stop, telling them you got to do it my way. Tell them do it your way, and if it's not something you like, keep scrolling.
Often in this community, as people of color, we're always told, you don't match this skin complexion, or you don't match this gender, so you can't be this character. At the end of the day, it's all fiction. So why shouldn't we be able to participate?
Don't let the haters get to you. And just go ahead, if it's store-bought, if it's commissioned, if you start off making it yourself, go ahead and do it. I feel like a lot of people still get into a lot of details as to what needs to look like this, what character needs to look like this, as opposed to just doing it and having fun with it. You don't want it to become work, so that'll probably enhance your cosplay as well, as if it's not work, it's fun.
Why would somebody stop somebody else from cosplaying? Because if that person wants to express themselves through, dressing up in their favorite superhero costume, who are you to stop them? So I would say just let them be.
Actually, when you're trying to hate on somebody who's cosplaying their way, you're giving them props for doing their own thing because that means you notice them. So when somebody hates on somebody who's cosplaying their way, keep doing it. Let's give more attention to that person.
For someone wanting to take their cosplay to the next level, study. Surround yourself with people that are amazing. I work with other cosplayers. I learn every time they put something on. I'm like, wow, I should have did that, and teach me how to do that. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be competitive. It is space for everyone in cosplay. It's a creative art form. You are a canvas. This is an art. So express it. Don't compete. I repeat, don't compete. Everyone has something to offer you. You have something to offer everyone. So just surround yourself with people who you admire.
is the best way to elevate your cosplay. We are the Vintage Super Friends. You got Samurai in the house representing the A.
Get out of the way, catch cheese coming through. What? Throwing on me.
Let me just walk around now. This I'm the one, the most important one.
I'm about to grow up on these bitches.
Question for anybody who might be watching this, because somebody will ask this, somebody will wonder, why is what we're doing today? Why is 28 Days of Black Cosplay, conventions like BlurredCon, all this melanin-centric stuff, all this black-centric stuff, why is this not racist?
This is not racist because racism is derived from a power of oppression. This is not oppressive. This is encouragement. This is inspiring. This is motivation. We're not saying that any people can't come here of other colors. We're saying that those of us that have been ignored, put in the background, and not given the opportunity to shine, I'm making sure they shine. That's not a racist.
Amen. I do that. I just wanted to make sure that anybody who might have that question.
Yeah, you know what? For those who have that question, I hope it got answered. And this is the man that can answer it for you. It's not a racist thing.
And tell me this sounds accurate to you. I feel like this is us taking our visibility into our own hands.
Yes.
Making sure that, and no, we're not shoving it in your face. I mean, down your throat. We're not forcing it on you. You can scroll by. You can click away.
Right.
Yeah, right? Just like everything else that comes down your timeline that you don't like, okay? You can keep scrolling. We're just making sure that we're out there. Okay, that's all. We're making sure that taking our visibility into our own hands. That's all it is.
And what we do, what I do, and some other people is we are making a safe space, a space where you know you're going to be treated fairly, a space where you know that you're going to receive compassion. You don't have to fight here. You don't have to worry about someone getting 100 photos simply because of the skin they are in. And then I sit up there and it's one photo. That's not what we're doing here. It's fair treatment all the way around. And I'm not saying that people can't have their favorites. I am not that guy. If you love something, and if you don't love something, it's your prerogative.
I think the friend aspect is definitely deep in the cosplay community for me, whereas separating it from the real world. Because the same thing for me, I always tell people, well, you go dress up for the Hawks and for the Braves, and you put paint on your face and you scream, and it's okay for you, but we're weird. You know what I mean? Right. So I think this is an important thing as far as friendship and building relationships.
I think with this, we meet people, we build relationships. I probably wouldn't talk to you guys if it wasn't for cosplay.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Get the heck out.
But you know, you guys made it to my radar. And I said, you know, you're good people, so I expanded myself and opened myself up to let you in my life. So that's a good thing. No, seriously though. It's great. We made some great bonding, long-lasting relationships. Sometimes we get some frenemies, but those people you just kind of got to push out your life.
And I cosplay with everyone. I just wanted to say that before you moved on. So I cosplay with everyone.
She's the all-around girl. She does it with everyone.
Anyway.
Cosplay has impacted my life in a number of different ways. One being that I meet a lot of people and I get to bring joy, happiness to the fandom and to some people like kids and people in hospitals and different things like that. But outside of that, it's really just being a nerd, a black nerd, and having a collective to be around and say, hey, you know what? We are all the same. We can do this together. We can do it our way. We can have fun with it just like everybody else can.
Cosplay changed my life because now I have Cosplay Your Way. Before, I was just putting on a costume. Now I have a movement. So not only do I cosplay, I encourage others to cosplay. I do panels, I do public appearances. I've made a life out of it now. And it's just amazing to see so many people be inspired and encouraged by me at my panels or the people that I associate with. It's the best thing that could have happened to me.
Cosplay has changed my life in that it really does help me be creative. It lets me have a creative outlet and a great release. I feel like I've made a lot more friends through cosplay, because a lot of people feel like the older they get, the less you should dress up. But obviously, the older I get, the more I get to dress up. And it's a lot of fun just meeting people that are like-minded and that love different things like I do.
Cosplay has put me in an area where it's feels like a safe place where, you know, I can find people who enjoy a lot of the same things that I do. And then it's also added to my growth, because growing up, I never had any interest in design or fashion or anything, but I just discovered a love for cosplay, which led to my wanting to actually make cosplays. So now I'm a designer. So I design a regular apparel and also costumes. So I've grown within that community that I enjoy so much.
It's helped me meet so many great people, like even tonight, like all these people, and we share that same love of dressing up as characters that we admire, or just doing these costumes that we want to do that's cool. I've met so many great people throughout the years, and it's helped me as a person be more creative and just be outside the box.
Cosplay is like an outlet for me. It's a creative outlet for me. I've always had, you know, like my nerdy hobbies such as wrestling and Simpsons and collecting Barbie dolls. But cosplay was like one of those things where I could take my favorite character and be that person. I could be someone else and leave everything else in the back. And it's just a creative outlet for me.
Cosplay has changed my life because it's given me a hobby where I can have a creative outlet. It's the first time I've actually been able to like build my own cosplays, like going to Joann and buying stuff off of Amazon and AliExpress China and then putting it all together. It's also impacted my life because I have a lot less money to spend on other things because cosplay is expensive, but I really enjoy it. I just love seeing people's creativity and everything they like to do that's different from what I grew up, you know, doing.
Growing up, I was told that cosplay was just for Caucasian males, that females couldn't do it, and if you were African American or Native American, like that was not for you. So for me, it's been wonderful to be able to see other cosplayers like myself. One word or phrase that would stand out for me in terms of how I would describe cosplay would be #representation matters. It's so nice to be able to see someone that looks like you and embodies the things that you can relate to.
I'm excited to be here. You know, like
well, I'm excited you are rocking a Cosplay Your Way shirt and wearing it well. This is what I'm talking about.
Okay. So, man, so when are we gonna work together? I'm like,
we need to work together soon because I also do videos and you're into media and we need to make something happen for real. I mean, you know what? I said it on camera so you all know. I mean, I've known this man for a few years, always killing it. I mean, look at these triceps and biceps. So you know what? These need to be seen everywhere they can be seen. So let's do something. Let's come up with something. All right. Let's make it epic. Are we gonna do that?
Most definitely.
Are we shaking on our camera? Okay, now it's sealed. It means that it's actually true that we're going to do something. Barb Fox and Carnell are going to make it happen.
Sir. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Thanks a lot.
No matter who you are or what you like to do, you can come into this particular genre and just dress up and do things your way. You don't have to be like me. You don't have to be a person that wants everything 100% accurate. You can be a person that changes the colors, changes the look. You can flip the gender, do whatever you want. Just have fun. You don't have to look like a character to be a fan and experience this type of fandom. You just be you and you pick a costume you want to do and you put it on and you go out and rock it. Rock it at a convention, rock it at a photo shoot. Heck, walk down the street with it. Just be yourself and do what you love.
I encourage all cosplayers to cosplay regardless of size, age, sex, gender, or experience, whether they are expert or novice. Everyone can do it. The art of cosplay is for everybody.